Alright, thanks for checking out our channel here. This is going to be hopefully a repair video on this particular unit. This is a Field Guardian FGM180, the General, but it's an 18 output joule unit. All this unit is a rebadged Power Wizard PW18000. All that it is. So not a big deal. This is a private label deal for whoever Field Guardian is. So now I don't know what the problem is with the unit. The note just says doesn't work, so I haven't even plugged it in. I usually don't plug units in. I just open them up, you know, because they're in here usually for a reason. And we worked on enough units or multiple brands over the last number of years that you just kind of, you know, you know what to look for, what to do most times. So look for any cracks in the shell. There's some little cracks there, but it's not bad. This is a little bit, but see at the back of it says how old it is. MFG 0611. So this is manufactured of June of 2011. Okay, well the first thing I want to do is check the capacitor. With it being as old as it is, it'd be worth the shot just to check that. I don't see any burnt, you know, at the moment, but 99% of the time you don't see anything. So this is says it's a 60 microfarad capacitor. So I'm going to go across here, see it reads 52.5. That's not terrible, not up to snuff, but you know it is a 13-year-old unit. So for being 13 years old, I'm sure it's original capacitor. Lift this board up. Let's take a gander at it here. Alright, I don't see nothing out of the norm. Few things that sometimes go bad with these boards. I mean, lots of things can go bad, a lot of parts on there, but depending on what happens to the unit. This SCR right here can go bad. That little diode up there can go bad. I think they feed into each other anyways, but we're going to check the diode first because it looks good, but sometimes you have to test to make sure. Nope, it's shorted. So we'll check that. Now we'll check this SCR. The SCR and the diode are both bad. I don't know if one caused the other, but they're both bad. My solder iron is already warmed up. We'll go and check these two fuses just to make sure that they're good. They're both good, but that one's a little loose, and tighten that connection up there. Okay, well let's tear into the board. See if we can see. I got new boards for this unit. This not a uncommon. This model name and brand's uncommon. I don't see this Field Guardian stuff come in with this brand, but Power Wizard units, we get them in yearly. They've been around, you know, 25 years or so, or whatever it's been, with their models, with their brands. So you're bound determined to see one here, one there. They all get hit. They all go bad sometime or another. Alright, so what I like to do with these boards, I wasn't a desolderer, but what I like to do with these boards is I like to just snip them off, because they're double-sided solder board and a real pain in the butt to get out of there. So I like to snip the leads off on the top side of the board. Can. Come on. Don't break anything. And we solder to the top side versus dealing with all the desoldering and trying to pull the solder through from both sides. I'm not sure there's good techniques to doing that, but hot air station will probably be alright to use, but I don't have one. Come on. There. Okay. Let's see. diodes. Ooh, I need to make sure I've got some. This takes a pretty large one. I know I've got them on order. Here's the SCR I'm going to use, that one there. A little bit different from the one that's in there, but it works fine. Done it a few times. Okay. So here's the diodes I'm going to use. They're a 1000 volt 3 amp. I think the original one was a 6 amp. I think. I'm sure I've got some 10 amps on order, just haven't gotten here. So what I'm going to do is we'll tie 2 of the 3 amps in series. And then we'll just solder that across. Okay. Okay. And I'm going to snip off what I don't need, which is basically a good chunk of it. There's that. Now these diodes do go in a certain way. They have kind of a, not really a polarity, but they have a forward and reverse bias, and you gotta make sure you put them in the right way, because they're basically like a one-way check valve. Let power go one way but not the other, so you have to put them in the right way or things don't work right. Alright, so we're going to take the end there and I'm going to curl it up. And then basically those little curled feet there on the end are going to sit down on top of the solder pad there. I'm just giving it a little bit more surface area versus just straight lead. Alright, there's that. Now, I'm going to snip off what I don't need off of this. I'm just going to get rid of the extra little bit of lead that's on there. And then, before I do that, let's add some solder to the top side, just to give ourselves a little bit more surface area. Alright. And I'm going to hold the diodes and we're going to put it one right there. Come on. There it goes. Okay, there's that. This one's a little trickier. Alright, now I'm going to add, I'm going to tin the leads on this SCR. And I'm going to add some solder to the top side of each one of these. Solder, ow, pads here. Come on, stick on there. There it goes. Okay. Get the needles pliers out. Touch one lead at a time to the corresponding pad that needs to go to. There's one. And we'll Alright, and we'll heat that one up. Oh, that's going to get hot too fast. Because that center leg and this metal plate on this SCR are the same contact spot electrically. Okay. And then the last one. That one's on there now. Add a little more solder there. Come on, is it on there? Okay. Alright. I think we're good. So now I'm going to plug the capacitor wires back into the board. And let's just plug it in. See if it takes off. It may go to working, it may still have some trouble, and we may end up having to just replace the board with a new one. Don't know yet. There's only so much we can do with these boards because there are no schematics for it. Okay, let's see. What should happen, it should come on, flash and click. This little light should flash and then drive should click. Nothing. No click, no nothing. No flash, anything. So there's more wrong than just that. Make sure the fuses didn't blow. Maybe the guy replaced the fuses and it still wouldn't work. Let's check the fuses real quick. Alright, oh shoot. Waste all the time. I mean, I'm sure these parts are still good. I don't care about the diode. I'm going to pull this off. I think it's kind of expensive for what it is. So give me a second. Let me go find it, see if I got another board. Alright. Brand new board. I don't always like part swapping, but the part's cheap enough. The unit's kind of expensive, $300 and some odd dollars for a brand new model. I don't know about this Field Guardian stuff brand wise, but the Power Wizard PW18000, you know, $300 and some dollars for the thing, brand new. And that's what this one's comparable to. Come on, there. It's been worked on before. 2014 is like somebody's installed a board or repaired the board or something. Let's Pull this SCR off there real quick. Put it back in my little drawer. Actually, I'm going to take the fuses out too, since we know they're good. We'll just put put those in our. This is a pretty common fuse size. It's a 1 amp, 250 volt fuse. They some brands use the little short ones like this. Some use the little bit longer ones. Okay, let's plug the wires back in. I'm probably not going to replace that capacitor, because yeah, it's over. What's it, plus or minus 5%? It was definitely over 5% loss on the capacitor, but I don't think the guy is going to lose all that much energy going from a 52 to a 60 on the capacitor. There's only 8 microfarads difference between a brand new one and this one that's 11 years old. Yeah, it's going to get worse as it ages, but it might be 5-10 years before it finally craps out altogether where it just needs to be replaced. I don't think it's worth the money right now to change that. Just fix what's wrong with it and be done with it. And I think even if it's like a 14-15 joule unit still, that is plenty of power for most applications. Okay, let's put this board in right there. Let's just plug it in. There it goes. Flashing a little light. Okay, so that's good. Let's put our tester on there and we'll see what kind of voltage we're getting out of it. Turn it off for a second. Well, actually, I'm pulling it off. Let's pulsing along. They got good knobs on their stuff. Should probably be 6,000 7,000 volts on this model, I believe. Yep. Yep, supposed to be. Let's do kind of spark this thing a throw. Plenty of spark. Alright, so well, shit, I don't even know what pull the knobs up. I don't know which side's fencing ground. The label it's on there's all wore off, so I'll have to go back and re-watch the video to see which knob was a red, which one was a black. I don't have them memorized which one's what, left or right for fencing. I'll probably get a paint marker or whatever, a permanent marker with, look at this gold one, and we'll probably draw on their, fence ground or whatever. So, but there you go. We'll clean this thing up. We'll wipe it down, make it look nice, and then we'll move on to another one. Let me plug it in real quick, make sure I got the light centered, so I can put the screws back in it. A little off. That bulb's just got to be repositioned a little bit more. Now we can see it. Alright, well that's it for this one. We're just gonna put the screws back in it and move on to another one. So I appreciate you checking out our channel, another one of our videos. And until next time, have a good rest of your day and be safe out there. Don't like over tighten these screws because this plastic's not the greatest on these Power Wizard units. on this style of case. And if you tighten them down too tight, you can crack the inside of the little spot the screws go into. You can over torque them and crack them. So always, especially when they're older like this, or 10 plus years old, I like to tighten down easy, not over tighten them, just tighten them enough to where it holds it in place and they shouldn't go anywhere. Alright, remember to subscribe and like the channel, like our videos. We got 1,000 plus videos on YouTube. And until next time, see you later on.